What is going on? It is your boy Investosaurus Rex coming at you with a brand new episode from my mom's china cabinet. Came to visit my family this weekend, so doing the video a little differently, different surroundings, but hey, still the same mind, still the same information. So I wanted to do a video about investing into into the stock market. Now, a lot of you know that there's many apps out there, and I'm going to kind of use a couple of them that I use. So I do use Stockpile. Now, Stockpile is good if you don't have a lot of money to invest, because Stockpile lets you buy incremental stocks. So what they do is they put the money into a pool, and they use that money to buy the stocks. Okay, so you could buy fractions of Tesla if you have $100, and obviously Tesla just reached $1,000. I think it went down a little bit, but you could actually buy $100 of Tesla stock. So if you actually take a look at it, that is actually pretty cool, because it means that you don't have to have the full amount of money. So different things that I like to say is that's great, but it can also be a burden, because with Stockpile, you are only allowed to buy stocks that are worth $5 or more. So if there's a stock out there that you're looking at that is starting off, unfortunately, you won't be able to purchase it through Stockpile. Stockpile is kind of like a learning-based app, and I definitely recommend it if you're trying to learn how the stock market works. I definitely recommend Stockpile. But remember, it does have many restrictions. As well as your buying power, you are only allowed to buy that stock for that day. So let's say you get on at 9 in the morning on Stockpile, you see a stock doing really well, and you're like, hey, I want to buy it, right? So let's say the stock starts at $70, okay? You buy a couple stocks of that. Stockpile will make you wait until the end of the day before it completes the purchase. This is something that I don't really like, because obviously it doesn't really help you learn the whole process, because you can't buy the stock right then and there. You have to wait, which sometimes could be a good thing, sometimes could be a bad thing. But the reality is that I feel like they're taking the learning curve away. I feel like you should always be able to buy the stock right when you want to. But if this doesn't bother you, I recommend this app. I use it to this day. It's not bad as long as you can get away from those, issues. Another application I like to use for the stock market is Robinhood. A lot of you have heard about it, and I'm here to say I really, really like Robinhood. Robinhood has it's just a fluid way of buying stock. This is going to be your best way to actually buy stock without having to go through a brokerage or anything like that. You are going through Robinhood. You're purchasing the stock for face value at that moment, right? So I really enjoy Robinhood because it gives me a chance to buy stocks right now that necessarily I wouldn't buy, through Stockpile. So one of those stocks, I did invest in GameStop stock. I bought about 60 shares of that. Right now, GameStop is going through this whole overhaul, and I'm giving it a chance because I bought it so cheap. So I recommend that right now, we don't really know what the market is going to do. A lot of people say, hey, these big businesses are cashing in their stocks for money right now because they're holding off for a recession. We know a recession is going to happen. When is it going to happen? We don't know. So stock market is always, always, always a chance. You're always taking a chance because you never know what's going to happen. So I just want to make that very clear to you guys. When you get into the stock market game, you are always taking a chance. There's always, always a risk. Now, I'd like to say, even though I like using these apps, the reality is this. You have your larger hedge funds that are able to trade a lot sooner than the little guys, than us. So I always say if you're going to start off, kind of test the waters out, because the reality is that I feel apps like Robinhood, Stockpile are making the rich even richer, because they know now that the little guys can actually buy, so they can unload their stocks on us. Now they did that with Uber. Uber was said to make, Uber was this next big thing. They marketed it out. It was going to be great. It was going to be the next big thing. So what happened, and I kind of fell victim to this as well, when Uber came out, it was scheduled to start around $46, right? So when it started at $46, I bought it. I said, okay, this is probably going to go up because Uber is used by everybody. I use Uber all the time. So I bought it. I bought it for $46. Well, what was happening is your hedge funds were able to start buying Uber way before we were allowed to buy Uber, okay? So they drove the prices up. And as soon as it opened up to the public like us, they dumped it on us. So unfortunately, that is the reality. It was a learning lesson for me. I lost a couple $100. No big deal, but you learn. This is how you learn how the market works. So I recommend doing your homework, always researching a company, and making sure you make the best decision for your situation. Finally, the last app that I like to talk about, and there's so many out there, but these are the three that I use. The last app that I use is Acorns. Acorns is an investing application, and all you do is put your money into it. Acorns takes care of the rest. Now they have two different types, and it's the invest now and invest later. So I have money in both of these. The invest now will take your money, and you decide whether you want to have it be aggressive, or you want to just be a little more conservative. So you decide. It's got 4 or 5 different tiers of how aggressive you want to be with your money. I'm usually in the moderate area because of right now what's going on. Yes, hindsight, with everything going on right now, I should have probably put it in aggressive, but right now it's just going up and down, up and down. We just don't know what's happening. So I keep mine around the moderate area, and it's done fairly well for me. Now the invest later is kind of like an IRA. I definitely put a lot of money into that because right now my company does not offer a 401k. So this is the best way for me to invest my money for my future. So many of you ask, well, how does this work? Well, why don't you check out my comments below? I'm going to post a link to these different sites. Use my code for the Acorns now and Acorns later. I definitely recommend it. This is a great way to start saving your money. What Acorns does as well is that it uses found money, where you can link your debit card and you can put the change from your debit card into your Acorns account. So how that works is, let's say you go to the grocery store, your total comes out to $70.85. Acorns will round it up to the nearest dollar, and it'll put those 15 cents into your account, which I think is great. That's money that you don't really use, and it's great to kind of just put that money away. So if you're not really good with money, I recommend this app for you. You're looking and you're kind of trying to figure this out. This is the perfect app for you. I definitely recommend it. Now, guys, like I said, there's so many different apps out there. Let me know in the comments down below which apps you use. I would love to check them out and kind of do reviews on them as well. But these are the 3 that I use. So, experiences may vary. Don't go in there gung-ho. Take your time and just kind of see where the market is at. Remember, we are headed into a recession. No matter what the market says right now, because the market is telling us something completely different, the market has not caught up to the situation that we are facing right now. We are headed into a recession. So the market will take a large dip. When will that happen? I don't know. But we've noticed that businesses have noticed, and they're taking precautions towards that. So if these businesses are taking precautions, they know something's going to happen. So just be well aware of that. don't go in this expecting your money to double or triple. It's not going to happen right now. Just take your time, be patient, all right? And as always, I know it's a really short video, but as always, take care of yourself, mind, body, and soul. And I'll be bringing you another episode next week.